Hey besties, let's throw some shade, honey. You ready to get into it? Rob been out of jail for 6 weeks and he hasn't had time to go get that tattoo covered up that's keeping you petty and making you bring it up when y'all argue. Uh Also, has he not had time to go get that side tooth implant that he needs? Rob is handsome, but he need that side tooth. We got to get that back. But I see y'all that went and bought him a charger. I see he got a top of the line charger in the driveway. Hey besties, welcome back to Behind the Shade. Let's get into another episode, child, but I don't know what's going on over there at the We TV studios. This is supposed to be life after lockup, maybe season 5 or 6. It should be episode 1. But on the TV, it says it's still Love After Lockup, season 5, episode 41. And then the title is Life After Lockup, Welcome Home? Question mark. No, 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 no. As you see, I'm going with Life After Lockup because that's what y'all told me. This is a new cast or mix up. And I really want to put season 6, maybe episode 1, because what are we doing? But hopefully, maybe they'll catch it next week. But this whole series, they kind of, who wants to be on episode 41? Like, come on, bruh. Break these episodes up. But let's get into it, okay? So, Bianca and Daniel, let's go ahead and knock them all the way out because boring. So, I guess they're driving back from having lunch with the family. He still got his hand in between her legs while she's driving. She ready. He's ready. They get home and then they have adult time. So she lets us know they were heavy on the phone adult entertainment. They did that all the time. It's been over a year for her, and he hasn't had none since before he went to jail because the girls knew he was an addict and they wasn't fooling with him. Child, I guess his hand has been his best friend. So Bianca is saying that Daniel is skinnier than she thought. She said, "Well, he has muscles. He's tall. He got a little swag to him." But she says he catfished her. Girl, no, no, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. If anything, your attitude is finna catfish him. So sorry guys, he enjoyed his time, you know, with her the night before, the in the bed, the bed exercise. I don't know why I can't find a name for this, but I like just switching it up. So he enjoyed the bed exercise with Bianca. He was making it sound like it was so romantic, I touched her, we kissed, it was everything. Honey, she was like, she didn't enjoy it, but she said, I'm gonna cut him some slack because he ain't had none in a while. Okay, Bianca. So the next, and she seems different now that he's out. She seems excited, but the real her is seeping out. So the next morning, he's in the kitchen trying to cook some eggs. He's getting breakfast going. And did y'all notice that the frying pan that he used, it was used? Like, remember, she moved into this apartment and it was already furnished. But honey, I'm gonna need you to go buy your own pots, pans, toilet seat, plates, cups, forks, and spoons, honey. You don't let the people give you that. I'm like, how is the skillet already dirty? But she has been there about a month. So maybe she messed up the pot, the pan, whatever. Okay, Bianca, I'm cutting you some slack now. So he's cooking. And so she's just throwing up all this money that she has spent moving there and the money she spent while he was in jail. And he just looking like, okay, that's the name of the game. And I'm over here like, okay, that's the name of the game too. Like, Why are you bringing that up? Because she's stressed. Okay, so they're sitting down having bacon and eggs or what have you. And so the coffee pot is finished brewing the coffee, but it's over on the other side of the kitchen. So she's like, can you get up and get me a cup of coffee? And he was like, no, like, babe, you get it. I'm not thirsty. You go get you some coffee. He's eating. And she's just really pushing this. Can you give me some coffee and put some milk in it? You're not going to do that for me. So she feels like, since he's not contributing, that's the least he can do is wait on her hand and foot. But honey, he ain't up for that. To me, Daniel seems like a kind of like a real type of man, like he's been around men. I mean, he do struggle with addiction, but he seemed to be like he's trying to be a man's man. And he's not gonna be your little bi. Okay. So they get into a little small argument because, of course, she can't let nothing go. Everything is amplified with Bianca. So they have a little small back and forth, and now she mad. And so and now I'm sitting here like, okay, Daniel. So now you should know that you was not good in bed, because if you were, she wouldn't even be tripping off the coffee, off the milk for the coffee mug. She wouldn't even be tripping. Matter of fact, she would still be asleep. So you have to know you got to step your game up because you was weak, bruh. Moving on to the next couple. Who are we going to talk about? Let's go with let's do Kim and Joey. So Kim and her future mother-in-law, Joey's mom, they're in the garage. She's trying to clean up, child. She done came up with an idea. She about to start selling all these kids clothes and toys and books and everything because she trying to get that $2,000 back, no, the $1,700 back from the rims, honey, because Joey is her karma. They are two of a kind. And she was in there just talking about how she has trust issues. And she put the location on him. No, I'm gonna assume no. So she put the location on him, and he was where he was supposed to be. I'm assuming they were at her house, but I think so, because she said that there was way more stuff at her dad's. I think he was ready for her to come get her stuff. You know how your parents are when you get you a boo. Oh yeah, you don't need me for that. Let him do it. Come get all your stuff. So she about to do a little side hustle because she about to marry a bum, a bum and an addict. And so the lease is up on the house. And honey, did Kim just play in our face and say that her and Joey are planning on buying a home for her sons? Girl. Matter of fact, Joey is your son, Kim. So you're buying a home for your three boys. Cut it off. We know what that means. So she was telling us how much the mortgage would be, and her plan would be for her to keep her job, sell these baby clothes, and for Joey to get a job. Uh-huh. Well, looks like Joey, Mr. Mom, is settling in with these kids, because she got him running kids, picking up, dropping them off at school, picking them up, and all the things. So Joey is on his way to dropping the boys off, and he really thinks Kason is his biological son. And I even said that in one of the when it was Love After Lockup. I already said that boy looks like Joey. And so Joey went and bought a DNA test. And so when he tells Kim, she's like, oh my God, what are you going to tell him? And so he's like, I'm going to tell him that we're taking a COVID test. That was a pretty good idea. So they're swabbing up the mouths and everything. But the son, he seems very apprehensive. He's not as crazy as they think he is. He's paying attention and calculating and taking notes, honey. So as a family, they go and mail the test off. They got to wait on the results. And he really wants Kason to be his son. And I'm like, why? So you can be another deadbeat father like his allegedly his real father? Well, you're stepping up now, but I hope you keep this going. He said he loved Kim and all the things. Okay. So that was that with them. And I'm just like, Kim, she let us know she has trust issues. Well, because you're a cheater, Kim, and you're with the cheater, and he's your karma, and good luck. And you're gonna love it, and he's gonna drive you nuts, but you're gonna love it. This is what you wanted, right? Right. Brittany and Rock. And I have to keep remembering that these people are young. Rock is 26, Brittany is 23. So they're 7 months out of prison. Brittany, I forgot they met in jail. Brittany's been out a little over a year, but Rock has been out for 7 months. Child, they are at the house in Virginia. They are packing up his mother's home. Sorry, Rock. They're packing up his mother's home. Child, he said they moving the whole family to Houston. And I was like, does that mean the brother that come up missing too? He coming too? He got a brother that's an addict also. And we didn't see his mom in this episode. And I like her. She's so cool. And I was just wondering, is her boyfriend coming too? So he's packing up big old U-Haul truck outside. So they decide to go get the car checked, go get an oil change because they're going to drive to Houston. Hold on, besties. Got to get some water. So while they're at the mechanics, Kira gets a call, and it's someone that works with his PO. I don't know why I'm struggling with and it's not intentional, but maybe it is. So he gets a call from someone who works with his PO and has bad news to tell Kirok and Brittany. So Texas did not approve them to relocate. He has to stay in Virginia and do his, he's on parole. So you got to check in, do the P test, all the things. Texas don't want no more felons in their state. They don't want 2 more felons in their state. So they're going back and forth. Kirok's getting upset. Brittany has to come out and take the phone from him and try to, soothe it out and just explain, because Kirok is like, we're leaving tomorrow. We don't have nowhere to stay. Blah, 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 blah. And the blah, 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 blah. And I don't know what Brittany thought she was going to do by trying to talk to the people, because the narrative wasn't going to change. The narrative is you guys cannot move to Texas, and you have a big old U-Haul packed up, and you have nowhere to go. So luckily, the POs, they can place them in a government type of hotel for 30 days. They're going to expedite their paperwork and try to get them approved. So we'll see what happens. But Brittany and Kirok, you don't make moves like that until you're sure, double sure, triple sure. You are on paperwork. You are on parole. It's nice that you want to leave. That's good. You want to leave and start your new life. But, when you're on parole, you're really not free. Okay? You're not free. And you just jumped the gun, and you should have checked your steps before you got the U-Haul. And you hear Kirok talking about she want to be the man. He wants, he the man, he the provider. He did all the things. He didn't put deposits down, got this U-Haul. He bought furniture, I guess, in Houston and all the things. That's fine, but you are still young, and you need to you got to pay attention. You got to follow instructions. You're not free just yet. Let's move on. We got 2 more left. Oh no. Let's go to Zaria and Troy, child. Honey, Zaria went and got her some box braids, honey. She didn't heard y'all talking about them. Oh, that ugly ponytail, that 1992 Jade SWV Brown. They know Brownstone wasn't doing that, but you get it. That old 1992 ponytail. God, thank God. Whew. Thank you, Zaria. And she actually looks really cute with her braids. So they're getting ready. Honey, they getting ready to go to work, honey. It's Troy's first day over there down at the job, honey. She's fussing per usual. He done boxed her bras up. And she's like, don't put them away. I need these. I have to wear them every day. And it's like, not them bras we saw you in, honey. Troy heard us talking about it, and he was like, oh, we got to get rid of these. Maybe he was on his way to Victoria's Secret, maybe not. But baby, he even knew that you don't need to be wearing those bras. You need some new ones, honey. So he's talking about, I just need some space. This house is a cluster. And what he's talking about is honey Zion that came back home since Karen left. And so he feels like it's just too many people. It's too tight in this house. Cause it's her, him, it's Zion, and then the son be there too. So he don't want that girl there. And she got a boyfriend. And Zion, quiet as it's kept, honey, why do you want to be there? They are a fresh new couple. You know, they want to do stuff at night. You're there. They got to be quiet. Girl, go back to your parents' home. If something went on with you and your man and you don't want to live there, go get your own place or go back home. And I can't believe Zaria is just like, you can stay. This is your home. Why are you trying? Why? She needs to go home. So Zion tells us, honey, that she feels sorry for Troy when they get to arguing because he be sitting at the table looking like a little lost puppy, little sad puppy. And it's like, you need to leave. Like, why are you there? You get tense because you're not supposed to be there, you grown woman. So he rolling blunts and everything before work. She talking about, I don't want you to get too high before you get to work. He was like, no, this is for after work when we come back. I'm like, okay. Aren't you on parole with an ankle monitor? Are you supposed to be having Okay, I know drugs are not, but when you on parole, I think weed may be a drug when you are on parole and got an ankle monitor. So Zaria and Troy are co-partners at her nonprofit organization. It's called Project Heal, and they provide free mental health and therapeutic support to at-risk youth. Zaria, you need some of those services, honey. You are unhinged. How to unhinge offering free mental health? Girl, you need mental health. But okay, maybe you'll get there. So, honey, they get to they do that for at-risk youth and formal incarcerated people. So they get to the office. It's really nice. It's plush. Like, it's nice. Like, how your office space look way better than your home space. I think, okay. Okay, Zaria. So we meet two of the staff members. She act like she had a whole crew of employees. It was two women there waiting on her to get there. They looking at Troy. They skeptical, looking at him like, okay. So the older woman was like, so what did you do in jail? And he was all, I did my whatever he said. I don't get into all that, but it was something about a pow pow and the robbery or whatever. And so the old lady looking like, okay. She like, security, we gonna need to hire you for this nonprofit organization. Can you be here because we have a felon on the loose in the office? And she probably told the young girl, don't you bring your purse in here. You better wear a fanny pack and have a lock on it, honey. Honey, we got a robber in the building. Don't you bring no money up in here. Don't you wear your expensive shoes in here, child. And don't wear no good bra because he might rob it because Zaria need her some new bras, child. Yeah. So oh my God. So Zaria is showing him around his office, and he's all like, yeah, I used to have one like this at the joint, right in the corner. Okay, boo. So then they have a meeting. And so Zaria is telling him what his job description will be. And he's like, oh, yeah, I can handle that. Yup. And so the young girl looking like, okay, he might be okay. You better watch that little young girl because she was looking like, what, okay, Troy, hey. Maybe not. Okay, so he's all like, yeah, I can handle that, So he like, this ain't no problem running this nonprofit, this business. It's like being in the streets. And he was trying to compare the two. And I'm like, no, it ain't. No, it ain't. Like, you need to stop. That mentality you have, Troy, you need to stop. So speaking of the streets, child, they back at home. Child, they in the bed. They looking at wedding venues, right? Zaria got this mask on her face. She over there looking like a Smurfette about to play tag football because she got the black lines under her. She got the black pads under her eyes, and she got this turquoise mask on her face, looking like a Smurfette, getting ready to play tag football, honey. So, and I said, "Girl, this is what keeping it real is really keeping it real, honey." And Troy just is in love with her because that did not phase him. I'm sure it probably scared him at first, but he didn't put on for the camera. So they sitting there. She got on her blue face mask, and he got on a hot pink do rag. And so they're looking at wedding venues. Okay, girl. So she got something to tell him. Oh, here we go. So she shows him a text, and pretty much she has not paid rent for 2 months at the nonprofit building. They're behind. And he's like, "Why you didn't tell me this before?" Why? That's probably why she was walking around the house acting up, being all mean and moody and fussy. Because when your money ain't right, you ain't right, and you stressing, you trying to put on for this man, you buying toys for his daughter and stuff you ain't got it to do because she didn't get the grant that she was supposed to get for her nonprofit. The paperwork, something was wrong with the paperwork. She said she did all the things, but it just came back. She got denied or whatever. So they probably watching you on this TV, girl. They probably watching you on television and feel like you got it because you on TV. They do. And so for the life of me, I don't understand why you sitting there looking at wedding venues. Honey, get your priorities in line. You are not a child. If I remember, Zaria is 32 years old. Get yourself together. Matter of fact, you need to figure out how you need to be reapplying for some grants and get that rent caught up. And you need to have your wedding at that nonprofit. Yes, ma'am. It is cute in there. Go ahead and decorate it. Get your little fake old little dollar store decorations. And you need to have your reception and your wedding at Project Hill. Matter of fact, you can have your wedding at your parents' church. You can have your wedding at the church. And girl, you need to have your reception at Project Hill, honey. Yes, ma'am. I just helped you out. You're welcome. So he get all upset. He all stressed. He gets up like the man that he is. He put his Jordans on, moved the ankle monitor over, put the high tops on, still got the do-rag on, hot pink in color. And he runs out the house because he got to go find some money. And so Zaria's like, "How you gonna do that? You can't be running out here in these streets with all black on with a hot pink do-rag on. People gonna think you robbing them." Well, duh. That's what he does. No, he get ready to go walk his 6 miles first. He gonna figure this out. He gonna go for his 6 mile walk, honey. But no, baby, honey. Troy left the house, told her to stay. He be back. He goes outside. He gets on the phone, tells somebody to come pick him up. They gotta hit a few licks. He walks. The car honks. He walks over to the car. Ooh and wee. And then Troy gonna say, "Sometimes you gotta do wrong things for the right reasons." Child, that behavior is gonna land you back in the pokey. Okay. And what it was no, Zaria don't want her neighbors to know that your butt is on parole with an ankle monitor on. She wants you to stop trolling her neighborhood, letting everybody know that her man is home. Vote. That's not the killer. He's got an ankle monitor on his ankle, and he's walking up and down the street. She don't want you to scare the neighbors, honey. Go your butt in the house, Troy. Oh my goodness. Okay. Who we got next? I did Boring Bianca. I did Zaria. Who we got? I know we got my favorite. We did Brittany, we did Kim. And let's do Justine and Mike. This was bothersome. But let's get into it. Justine and Mike are expecting their 9th child. They're expecting. She is like 16 to 7 weeks pregnant. And on my calculator, she's 4 months. She's over 4 months. Wow. They're at the doctor's. They have the new baby. Mike's holding Manhattan. She's 6 months. They moved successfully. They moved to Vegas. They've been out there for 6 months. Uh, the baby girl is there. All the kids are there. So his daughter Melody was really sad. In what was we watching the last time? Was it Love During Lockup or whatever that last one was? Whatever. I was real concerned about Melody because she was really heartbroken that she was gonna not be around her father. But they're out there, nice home in Vegas, 4, 5 cars in the driveway. They got a pool. They kicking it. All the kids are there. That was nice. Maybe probably just for summer, but it was nice that they got to come out and have family because they really love family. So money has gotten tight. And so Mike went to work. He works for a moving company, and I thought that was very rewarding. I love that from Mike. Like, get up off your butt, because we know there was some trouble with that producer, right? Didn't he pow someone and the music career? We didn't hear nothing about the music career, child. We're moving people now. So with this pregnancy, Justine is having a very high risk pregnancy because she got pregnant too fast, for one. Now, my calculations are that baby is 6 months and you're 4 months pregnant. So he waited those 6 weeks and he got with it again. But it seems, I believe she has She's this is her fourth child, and I believe she has had C sections with all four of her children. And they don't, that's a high risk. They really think they told her when they had Manhattan that she should not deliver again. So pretty much she should have tied her tubes after Manhattan, but clearly she wasn't listening because Mike said, I ain't gonna say he threw her under the bus, but Mike said she knew what she was doing because she has that ovulation app on her phone and she just and I get you want to have babies for your husband and all that, but honey, you are 36 years old. He has kids. You guys have 8 kids. You don't need another child. You just don't. And I don't think she works. She doesn't. So the nurses recommended her to tie her tubes after this, and they tell her all of the things that can go wrong with her pregnancy. And I don't think it had anything to do with her being a geriatric mother, but more to do with those C sections that she has had. But nevertheless, she got two things, that are going against her. So they asked her, did she have a will in place? And they asked her to get her medical needs in order just in case she doesn't survive this. Oh my God, you guys, when I tell you I had to pause my television and I had to take a deep breath. Nothing pertains to me. It was just I'm empathetic, and that just really pulled at my heartstrings. I just was sad. I think I even cried. And I was just like, oh, just to be told that as a woman, you're trying to expand your family. Okay, everybody is not going to have 1 or 2 kids. Some people want 20. But you just can't. And I don't know, what did she not hear them when they told her after she had Manhattan that, you can't deliver anymore. That's pretty much saying you're going to have to try a surrogate. You can't carry. Why are you pregnant again? So Mike says he cannot imagine living without Justine. And she wants to be here with him too. She don't want to go, but we can't tell. So Justine wants her child to survive over herself. Y'all, I was just like, no, 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 no. She tells Mike sorry because they don't feel the same on this. He would rather save her. She would rather save the baby. And what? Oh my God. Like, wait a minute, girl. Wait a minute. So she's like, yes, I want him to go with the baby and finish this job, like this job of life, this job as being a father. You, Justine, like, just picture it. Can you even picture Mike in Vegas in a home as a widower with 9 children? Girl, 9 children. Two are his with you. I think he has three, right? Or he must have four. And then she has three. You think he gonna take good care of your them other two boys? Because the daughter is grown, but she still needs her mom. But what? Justine. So, and then she doesn't want to live without Mike too or whatever, but she tells him like, you wouldn't get the best version of me if we lose this child. Without, you just wouldn't get the best version of me. And I'm thinking to myself, well, with therapy, you'll probably go through that. Of course you'll carry that, but you have other children too that are here that you need to be here for, girl. I just can't imagine that you would even say something like that. What about those other kids? What about him? What about your mother? Just like, what? You want all those children on earth living without you? Really? So, honey, the kids come first in her eyes. She doesn't want Mike to choose her. She keeps telling him, I'm sorry, but I'm strong on this. And I'm like, she tells him this is what being a mother is. And there's no judgment. If I already have, then so be it. But I said to myself, this is how I made myself feel better. Because I swear I was getting ready to just say, I can't do this. I'm not reviewing them. I almost wouldn't lay down. But then I said, is she putting on for the cameras? And I said, she has to be putting on for the cameras. There is no way that girl will let she can't believe what she said. I don't believe it. Child, let's get into my favorite couple. But baby, this was a mess. And I was here for it because it was good. And I'm glad WeTV gave it to us this first episode. We didn't have to wait. We got it all tonight. Okay, honey. Teeny and Rob. Hey, Rob. So, honey, Rob did 17 years. They've been married for 5 years. He's out. It's been 6 weeks. So they're at their new home. They're moving into a new home, honey. Good for them. He's putting cameras up in the house already. Like, bruh. Now it's probably like just security at this point. So the son, Nehemiah, child, he is all into it, honey. He can't help his daddy move in because he is filming the whole thing. He interviewing all his sisters. She don't feel like being bothered because she's older. And he called her lame. And Rob said, you're not gonna help, you're gonna bring a box. And he's like, no, I'm filming. He seems very happy to have a father figure in the house. That's his stepdad. Yay. Cheyenne is good with it too. She says he just fit right in. Like he just came home and fit right in. And Nehemiah says that he was the missing piece to the puzzle. That's so cute. I really like that for them. And it seems like the kids have really grown up a bit, or maybe they're just happy. And we're seeing a happy version of these children. Like they seem whole now that Rob is home. So they let us know that they did go on their trip to Florida. I thought wasn't it for the girl's birthday? So no, he missed her party, but they were going to Florida for something. They didn't remind us. So anyway, they went to Florida, child. They showed us coverage. There was a lot of Rob's first times. It was his first time in Miami, his first time on a jet ski. It was his first time in an ocean, and his first time on a plane. And it's like, oh, wow. But when you think about it, I think he went right to jail after high school because they're only, how old? They're in their early 30s. And for him to be gone for 17, that says he went in young. So, when he came home, they consummated their marriage. And the next morning, they're in the shower and she notices the portrait tattoo of his ex, honey. And like I said, you've had 6 weeks to go get that covered up because who wants to look at that? It don't have nothing to do with, I get your history, your first love, but you got the memories. Cover up that. That's the arm. I got to see that tattoo. He don't even get to see it. I got to look at it and I don't want to. So they were in the shower, and that's when she discovered the tattoo. So she says she really not tripping because she knows that they had other loves before they got together. Because she got two kids by two different men, and he had a life, before her. So she says she's not tripping, but she also says she's petty. So when they get to arguing, she brings it up. Rob, go get it covered up. And while you're going to get your tattoo covered up, go get that side tooth replaced. Go get a tooth for that side, that little missing spot right there. Because you're handsome, but I want you to get that. I want you to get that. Okay, so she brings up the portrait tattoo when they're arguing. So they say, so they're all getting ready to go to his welcome home party, and they're all dressed alike. They're wearing blue jeans and white t-shirts. Cute. They're at a rooftop restaurant out there in Oklahoma, and no one has shown up. The party was supposed to start at 1:30. It's after 2. Nobody is there. She calls his sister. She like, I had, what she say? Some allergic reaction and her eyes have swollen up and she ain't coming out in that sun. Girl, if you don't put some sunglasses on, some blue blockers, a sun visor, get a umbrella, your brother is home. 17 years. It's more to that than we know. We already know that family is a mess. He calling his homie. The homie said something. He wasn't coming. So they got off the phone. So he was pretty much like, this is just like how it's been for the last 16 years. Every weekend it's just been me and y'all. Right. So why did you do this? Why was this a good idea? So her friend comes, her and her big old titties. I was like, golly. Now, I don't know. Was that the same friend that was over when Rob was on the camera saying hi to her? Was that the same friend? Anyway, she was there. And then Teeny's mom comes, and her braids were cute. So her mom comes, and she's pretty much like, well, I just came because I wanted to meet his mom and his dad or what have you. And so, child, they sitting around drinking. Tina is on maybe her second, third drink. And honey, the mama, Kate, Rob's mother, shows up. Hey, y'all didn't think I was coming? And yeah. So Tina lets us know, how, they don't get along, but they're good for now. But things can change in a heartbeat because Kate has no filter, no decorum. She says whatever. She's childish, in my opinion. But Tina still needs to kind of show her some kind of respect. So Rob has seen his mom just a few times since he's been out, and they on the outs, really. So the mother and Tina were at the bar, and they were just saying how they could tell that he longs for the support of his mom and how disappointed he looks. Like how uncomfortable he looks when she's around, but he really yearns for that love from his mother that he's not getting. So something happened. They was on the outs. And so she got mad at him, is what Tina said. Kate got mad at Rob. And so we get to the bottom of what the issue is. So he hugged his mom, and then he wanted another hug. So that just goes to show you that he really loves his mother. He really want her to act right, but she just won't act right. So they sit down. It's his mom, her and him. They're sitting down. And his mother immediately goes into her mess. Hold on. She immediately goes into her mess. Hey, we need to talk. They're like, okay, because I feel like I feel like you guys are distancing me. And, I'm going to still be there when when Teeny's not there. And Teeny's like, she tried to be cool, but she was like, why would you think I wouldn't be there? And Teeny, I'm going to tell you how you need to move forward with this woman. You got to let some stuff just go over your head. Some stuff is just not even worth addressing. She is trying to poke you. You are the bear. She's trying to poke you. And you just need to learn how to just let it go. Like, don't even acknowledge her. You have to know that you're intelligent, you're smarter, you're more mature. you have more class, and you just can't meet her where she is. You just gotta let it ride. Them kind of people, you just gotta let them talk and don't respond, and then they'll be quiet. So she asked about that, and then she decides, I'm gonna get up and go get another drink. I was like, this girl finna have this woman. Tina gonna be an alcoholic. She was on her 40th cocktail by the time that happened. So as she walks away, um, what the mama say? She said, I'm gonna go get me another drink. So she said, okay, goodbye, have a good day. Oh no, before that, Kate is explaining, you left us to take care of another family. Who is us? And what are you talking about? Your child should leave. Matter of fact, your child went to jail. Your child is 17 years in jail. He met up with an old girlfriend from high school. They fell in love and got married. What are you talking about? Rob is your son. He's not your baby daddy. He's not your boyfriend. He's not your husband. You left us to take care of another family. Take care of yourself, Kate. You were supposed to be taking care of him. Then you notice how she disrespect him and start calling him Little Rob. And I'll say it's not disrespectful because whatever, but it is to me for this moment. It was disrespectful because in this moment he's a man, just got out of prison. He has a beautiful family, wife. He got a daughter, a stepdaughter, the stepdaughter, the stepson. He has a cute little family, and you're hating. That girl, Tina, has been by his side, supporting him and thugging through his jail sentence with him. And you talking about he left you? Ma'am, you ain't figured out life without Rob in the last 17 years that he been gone? You're very childish. And I do know, then I was kind of confusing because, Rob supposedly, him and his brother supposedly have some kind of business and he's sending money to Tina and all this and that. But did you hear that when they were moving, she said, oh, next time we move, we need to hire some movers. And he said, well, we need some movers' money. I was kind of like, wait a minute, I thought you had money, bruh. I thought you had money. But here go Kate on her mess. So you left us to take care of another family. So she's like, I got to get up. I'm going to be here when she gone. Who says she going anywhere? She been around. She been around since high school. What are you talking about? But remember, Kate likes that portrait picture on his arm. Whoever that is, Kate likes her. And I think they're still in touch, or whatever. Anyway, she said, goodbye, have a good day. But it's like, how is you disrespected this woman in front of her mother? And Tina Mama just sitting there. Do she have bad knees or something? I didn't see no cane because, honey, she was just sitting there letting all this happen. It just seemed like a more mature woman would be like, hey, hey, hey. Like, hey, you and your son need to go talk. Like, keep my daughter out of it. Like, you just sitting there letting all this happen. They would have to pay me a nice check to sit there and be quiet. Because, Miss Ma'am, why are you being so quiet? You already know what's getting ready to happen. You need to play referee, honey. So, and what was even cute, well, Tini's part was when the mothers got there, she introduced them. Did y'all hear her refer to Kate as mom? She said, Mom, meet my mom. And I had to rewind it because I was like, what? Say what? So Tina was trying. She was like, Mom, meet my mom. And it all went, you just can't. Kate is just ignorant. I'm sorry. She's just ignorant. And it ain't nothing you can do about ignorance. You got to keep it at a distance. They're doing the right thing, Kate. You are crazy. So, what's your problem with me? So, this is Teeny. She gets up because she's going to get her 20th drink. Because she had to go on that, I'm going to be here when Teeny ain't here. You left us to take care of another family. She's like, I need another drink. So when she gets up, Kay like, goodbye, have a good day. Honey, Teeny turned around so quick, like the Incredible Hulk. Honey, that pretty hair did a whole 360. What is your problem with me? And honey, this is all we needed to know. If we were going to retitle this episode, here is what I would name it. I want my son back. That's it. That's all. She should have said it 17 years ago. I want my son back. That is what this is. But how are you wanting him back? Because you need to have him back. You only can have him back, Kate, if you respect him as the man that he is and is becoming. You're trying to go back. It's like you went to jail and you ain't haven't grown up in the last 17 years. You want the Rob you used to know. And that man is gone. That little boy is gone. That teenager is gone. Rob is a man, a family man, and this is his life. And the only way you're going to get cool with him, you got to be tolerable of Teeny. You ain't got to be in love with her, but she might have her flaws, but she seemed like a cool chick. Goodness gracious. And did y'all see when they were standing up, Rob ran his fingers through his mama hair trying to check to see if it was a weave or not? That was her hair, Rob. That was her hair. That was hers. And, you know, So, baby, they start fighting. So what I gathered, because I had to watch it a few times so I can give it to y'all how I saw it. Honey, what's your problem with me? Got Teeny in Kate's face. Kate stands up because she's standing up. Rob gets up. Teeny swings and hits Kate in her face, the side of her face or whatever. Then Kate hits her right in her face. Not a sock, but a hit. And Rob is like he's trying to get Teeny to stop. Like, stop. He's trying to pull Teeny away. Stop. But the mom is charging at her. He's in the middle. Him and his mom go down. Kate's back hit the back of that couch. I know her back is still hurting today. Baby, I know she is in physical therapy because that back is hurting. She might even sue them for damages because, honey, they went down hard and fast. I was like, OMG. Now, the ticker, honey, was over there by the bar. The friend is over there looking like, oh, my God. Honey, Cheyenne is sitting at that bar table with her brother, and there was another little boy over there. She looked up. She said, she hit my mother. Whatever she had in her hand, honey, she threw it down on the table, and she ran over there, and what was said was something bleep B-I-T-C-H. And I tried to listen. I think Cheyenne said B-I-T-C-H and ran over there to get that woman off her mama. Girl, I said, woo-wee. Cheyenne, that's how you do it, honey. Did that woman hit my mama? Because your grandma was sitting there letting it happen. I'm like, well, is she deaf? I don't think her mama deaf. I'm gonna give it. Maybe the knees was hurting, honey, because she sure didn't get up because it was brewing and it brewed pretty fast. But you, as a mature woman, you kind of already know what's about to happen. You didn't hear stories about Kate. Why didn't you try to stop that mess? Rob has no clue what was going on. He just tumbling in between, child. He going left to right. He done went down and fell on top of his mama. I know Kate I know she got a back brace on, honey. You can't tell me no different. I know she got a back brace on, but besties, that was the end of the episode. It was good. How would I rate it? Oh, it would almost be a 10, but Bianca and Daniel, they just gonna get on my nerves. I'm gonna always start with them first, get them out the way, not gonna get too specific or try not to. But this was good. I'm here for you. This is one of my favorite shows. I'm gonna give it a 9 because Bianca made it all. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 9, a solid 9. So, besties, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel so you're always notified when I upload a video. That's it. Let me know what you thought about this episode, and I will see you later. Bye, besties.